Namaste, everyone. I'm Jeni Ji. Of course, thanks for tuning in. Now, make sure you subscribe to my channel in order to get these video content and so on as my channel is building. And please like my videos. It does help as I'm growing my channel here, and there, right? So now listen up. I'm going to be talking about what's going to be going on every single day energetically from the 4th until the 10th of January. It's all about this cosmic energy and how we work with it, and especially how we're working through it. Because what you are building this year in 2025, you are really going to see those results even coming in a profound way more in 2026. So, if you want to get a lot more information about what this year truly holds for the entire year, you'll have to watch my other video I did on my 2025 predictions. So, I'll give you a whole scope of what to expect, how to work with it, here, and there, all of that, plus more, right? So, now, I'm talking about this week, like Happy New Year, like Happy New Year. How many of you guys celebrated New Year's and went out and did this, and that? And as we can see, like my heart goes out to, you know, just what's been happening to people. We're hearing all about these catastrophes. We're hearing all about and I talked about this in my predictions videos and so on and so on. And you're going to really see that, this year, even more, as I've been mentioning and talked about in my predictions video, you're going to start to have a lot more compassion and empathy towards other people and especially yourself. You really will. This can be a really spiritual year. However, you're going to see that more so towards the end of the year, because this year, as I even mentioned in my predictions video, it's going to start off very chaotic. A lot of things are happening, which has just happened, of course. So now let's talk about the positive things. So now January 1st, if you guys watched my last video, that was a major portal day. January 1st to the 11th of January. This is a portal time every single day to utilize what you want to manifest. Like the energy is literally off the charts. 11 days, 111, January 1, the first of the year, 1, 11, 111. I'm saying there's huge energy happening every day that can bring miracles. It can bring sudden, expect the unexpected. It can bring in huge soul connections. As I just said, compassion, empathy, you're really going to get more drawn towards humanity more, working together as one collective even more. You're going to see how that's going to expand even more and more. So for certain people that might be like, you know what, this is all a bunch of crap and this is, I don't believe in that. Those people, have been and are going to be expanding even more. This is a year of huge transformation. And we got the butterfly here background. That's why I specifically chose this background. Butterflies represent transformation. This is a huge universal 9 year of completions, transformation, and so on. So for those of you who are going to start seeing butterflies, I mean, where I'm at, I'm in winter, like huge deep freeze and minus 100. It's just, I'm not a winter person, as you all know. However, those butterflies are going to be coming out, like spring and so on, and summertime, or maybe where you're at, you're in your summer solstice. There could be butterflies coming around. There's very profound messages with that. So really pay attention if you're being more connected to butterfly energy. Maybe one of your totem animals is a butterfly. Your ancestors are going to be closer with you during this week as well. Even on the 10th of January, that's another master number day, you know? Like this week is very powerful. You're going to be like more in tuned, especially on the 10th. You're going to be getting more messages coming through from the spirit world. You're going to be hearing your soul speak to you more. You very well could be feeling your ancestors even closer by. And especially make sure that whenever you're hearing, I'm always saying this, whenever you're hearing that call to go see someone or make a phone call or, something's off, pay attention to that. Even as I drove past my friend's business, in December, I just had this feeling, and I drive past his business quite often. I've known him for, oh my gosh, 30 years plus, and then I get a message from his fiance that he had passed on. So I wasn't shocked. I wasn't surprised under the circumstances, of course. But, I'm just saying that whenever you're getting that, I don't know, something's off or something's not right, or let me reach out or whatever, make sure you do that. Your ancestors are with you. Like they really are. Spirit, your guides, your angels, your animals that have passed, and so on and so on. They're truly helping you, and they're wanting you to let go. They're wanting you to trust more in the process. Yeah, but Jeni, how can I trust the process when things are just so crazy, when things are so difficult? However, we are kind of still in the energy of last year, of course, and that goes towards the end of February. We're still resolving situations from 2024. You can't run, but don't rush anything. Like don't rush anything right now, right? It's like, okay, work on your vision board, work on your goals with intention and so on and so on. Because right now, you're going to see more miracles. You're going to see that, wow, what I was thinking about, that just manifested. Things are going to happen really quickly from the 1st to the 11th. So be very specific and detailed with, what you want to let go of, what you need help in. Spirit, give me the strength, give me the willpower to work through this or to end this or to start this, like whatever it is. Really, really utilize this energy because you're going to be more open to changes. Sometimes people, they're like, oh my God, I'm scared of the changes. That's your fears coming to the force. That's your fears coming up. And your fears, they can bring you closer to the truth, especially when you face it. Embrace your fears with open arms. Spirit, give me the courage and the strength to face my fears. I'm open to see what I'm being supposed to, learn or supposed to go through or to face. Because when you start facing things, what happens? You're going to find it's going to bring more peace and contentment within because you have faced it. Stresses are fears related. Fears are connected with stress and so on. Because when you're more aligned within your heart, it's going to really deepen your awareness so much more. So you might feel a little bit shaky on the 4th and the 5th of January. You might be like, I don't know about this. I don't know. That's your time to be like, okay, Spirit, I'm feeling a little bit off. I'm feeling not grounded. Like I'll wear hematite. Like here's some hematite I'm wearing today. And today I'm also wearing one of my rose quartz, self-love, more intuitive and so on and so on. So when you're getting pulled towards more crystals, make sure that, you might not understand it, but get it. You can always Google it or ask somebody more about it. Because on the 4th and the 5th, you're really going to be starting revamping your life. You're going to be starting to, I got to start making changes here. I just this and I just that. So this is time for you to kind of sit back, regroup yourself, go for a walk in nature. When it's minus 100 years, I call it, I'm not going outside for a walk. I will go outside, of course, and walk in the winters. I did the other day. I'm like, by the time I dusted off my car, started it up and warmed it up and everything, I could have, went shopping there and back, or at least got there by the time I would have been at the stop sign with my vehicle because I'm walking distance to shopping now where I'm at. So I'm like, it's not that cold. It is cold, but dress for it. I'm not saying to go out for a walk when it's, minus 40 and, go jogging. No, dress for the weather, depends where you're at, like summertime, solstice where you're at, maybe go for a hike, maybe, go for a nice walk, get in touch with nature, go for a swim, so on and so on and so on. Really take time for yourself because when you kind of get ungrounded, that's your soul saying, okay, let's just slow down. You're trying to speed things up. Maybe you're getting more incoming messages from your soul. Your soul's like, okay, slow down. Let's turn off the noise. Like turn your phone on mute, maybe turn some music on, maybe just kind of sit back and relax, like whatever it is, whatever it is. So it's going to be like, you know what, I just need some time for myself right now. It's not you or you or you. I just need time for me. So this is your time to get grounded because when you do that, you will find that on the 6th and the 7th of January, you're going to be making some decisions even more. But before you make any major decisions, pause because you're going to get those messages coming through. Okay. So when you're making decisions of, I'm not sure, start writing down the positive sides to that and the negative. Yeah, but Jenny, I don't know. I don't know what's going to go on. Pause, pause, pause. So if you want to change a job, if you want to make a change with your health, if you want to make a change with a relationship, write down everything that you've learned from it so far. Write down everything that you want to get from that. If it's a new job, let's just say, write down the positives and the negatives, like all of that. And really, really take a look at that first. And if the decision is feeling, what, I'm feeling pretty calm about that, then you'll know that's the right decision. If you're not sure, you're still not grounded. Go for a walk and exercise and such like that, because you will start feeling the direction that you want to move towards is what decision you want to make. So if you're making a decision, let's say, to get engaged, let's just say, for an example, then you know what direction you're going to want to walk towards this year. Marriage and planning and, like all of those things. If you're making a decision to have a baby, if you're making your decision to change, like whatever it is, right? So just make sure it's really in alignment with your soul because you truly are planting seeds for 2026. And yeah, but Jenny, this is 2025. I know, I get that. I get that. But you will see as this year progresses, how everything that you've, done this year and accomplished, you're really going to be like, oh, 2026. I don't want to take you too far because I'm looking into, the future already, but we like to stay more in the now right now. So the 2024, of course, with the universal year 8 and so on, right? Clearing, resolving karmic situations and so on and so on, very painful. And, some people were very successful and so on. We all have our own journey to look upon. So you will see, of course, your hard work that you worked through last year and overcome and all of those, you'll see that this year too, of course, right? So this is when you're going to be like, I learned so much from last year. So when I'm making these decisions now, I don't want to repeat that. I don't want to go through that again. That's growth. That's where you evolve. Nobody likes pain. Nobody likes to suffer and go through painful lessons. Who does? Nobody does. Nobody does. However, as you're reflecting back, you will feel lighter on the 8th and the 9th. You will feel better. You're going to start seeing more clarity with, geez, now I can see more light. Now I can see more of my path that way. You're going to be getting more, balance. You're going to be feeling more centered. You're going to be finding that, like your communication with others is going to flow much better. So maybe that's the day where you're like, okay, we have to talk. We have to talk. Or, you know what? I'd really like to have a chat with you. You know what I'm saying, right? Like, don't have a chat with someone when your emotions are really like, oh my God, because You couldn't say something that you regret. It's like if I am really upset with somebody, I'll be like, okay, Jeni, no phone calls, no texts, no messages. Ground yourself, take that space, breathe, whatever it is, read into the energy, zoom into the energy, calm down, then have the talk with someone. You know, you will find that it's much better. That talk can be, this isn't working, I'm walking away. Or I'm going to put my notice in for my job, or like whatever it is. You know what I mean? Or it can be, you know what, I'm ready to move. Let's just move out of the country. I'm like seconds close to leaving Canada and not ever coming back. you know. However, when we're making major decisions, that's why it's like, you know what, let's just look at it, positive, negatives, all of these things. You're in that transformation, that butterfly energy, and so on, as I call it. You're going to have little memories start coming up as well on the 8th and the 9th from once upon a time ago, because we still have that energy of Chiron kicking in. An energy like that is the wounded healer. Energy can bring up past memories, painful situations, traumatic experiences, and you might even start having memories of other lifetimes. I mean, I've seen my lifetimes, my once upon a time ago, other lifetimes. I can read my Akashic records myself. And I also do past life Akashic records reading, because it will give you a better understanding of why you're connected with certain people, your career, why you're going through this, and that, and so on. So you could be even having more dreams of other lifetimes. And your loved ones very well could start even coming in your dreams more and more and more, but you might not understand the messages from them. Just keep a journal of what you're hearing, what you're seeing, what your surroundings is. Are you smelling something? Like every single thing, be very detailed, of course. You always book a session with me and I can give you a lot of insights into what the messages are and so on, because I'm clairvoyant psychic medium as well. So now on the 10th, this master number day, we're still in the vibrational portal energy, keep in mind. So the 10th could be like very, very powerful. You might be more creative. You're going to be getting more and more messages coming through from spirit, as I mentioned, and so on. Write down your intentions. Write down goals. Get your vision board going. You can tweak it, revamp it at any time. Look back to last year's vision board and say, okay, what did I complete? Congratulate yourself. It doesn't matter how many goals you did or completed or worked through. It's baby steps. What you do on a day-to-day basis will determine your future. Yeah, but Jeni, I'm so tired. I need to rest. Rest. Take rest. That's why some days you will find that if you're busy, and then you have a morning for the day or whatever, you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm so restless. What should I be doing? Like, oh God, what do I do? It's because you've been on the go so much that you're like that robot energy, and your soul's like, okay, you need to slow down. Take some time out for you, right? Like, where I'm living, there's amenities here. There's a pool, and a gym and so on. I haven't had time, honestly. So it's going to be like, yeah, making time for yourself. Go swimming, do your workout more so in the gym, and so on and so on and so on. Because you're going to find you're also going to be taking more risks. And when you're taking risks, you're going to be letting go. You're going to be surrendering while trusting the path. Like, I'm not saying go and bungee jumping, you know what I'm saying? Right? Be realistic. This is when you're going to pause. Okay, what's the positives and negatives? I mean, I'm a risk taker. I always walk into the unknown. That's just myself. But I also look at reality at the same time, and it's like, go by how it feels. Sometimes, oh, but Jeni, I'm just really scared. Of course, walking into the known, it's like, oh my God, what do I expect, right? That's the beauty of it. That old saying, it's not so much about the journey, it's about the destination. And I'm like, no, it's the journey you go through every day, which leads you to the destination. Because once you reach your destination, you could be changed, you could be evolved in a huge way in quantum leaps because of the journey you went through. You could have got a lot closer to your partner because, it's like these challenges can actually bring you closer to your person. It can go the opposite way as well. It can end the relationship, of course. We each have our own journey and so on and so on, and our own path to walk upon. So you'll find that when you get more in touch with your emotions, you're going to start resolving fears, because fears are connected with stress and to our emotions. And then you're going to find more peace and harmony within. It's like, what, I had to confront my person with, these issues. I was so scared that if I talked about this with my person, they're going to break up with me or end a relationship. Well, that's not a healthy relationship, because when you're in a partnership, you should be able to share what's bothering you, what you're going through and experiencing. And if your partner's like, get away from me, I have no time for this. Really? Is that what you want? Is that the type of partner you want? So this is a time for soul reflection as well. Because when you truly make a decision, doesn't, whatever decision it is, especially when you're like, I'm really getting pulled to do this. I'm really getting pulled to move in that direction. You will find that the universe will help you. The universe will support and guide you towards that. And never, ever, ever compare yourself to anyone. Ever. Why would you? Yeah, but Jeni, they're more successful than me. Or don't do that. We all have our own journey. We all have our own cycle. Things do come together in divine timing. You truly don't know what this person has gone through to get there. You don't. You don't know what's happened in their personal life. Yeah, but Jeni, I know them. Do you really know them? Do you really know what happened to that person? Does that person talk to you about absolutely everything? Seriously. So don't ever judge. Don't ever do that. Please don't. I'm just saying, would you want somebody to judge you? Open. Be really open from your heart. When you're in alignment with your heart and your soul, is that not all that matters? Love is the most powerful vibrational frequency of the world. Love can heal. I'm a 33-6 life path number, and it's all about, I really connect as a 6 with animals and nature. It helps me stay strong, and it helps keep me balanced and grounded and such like that. That's why I've always had a dog in my life and so on. Right, 33 life path month, master number day, which can represent having a more difficult life, but you utilize your life experience to help others. Exactly. That's what I do. I've been through a lot. We've all been through challenges and battles and so on, and that's why you can't judge anyone. You cannot judge anyone. So I'll help other people by even my experiences, because I've been there, done that. So it's easier for me to help everybody. But Jeni, what have you been through? Let's not even get going there, because I can tell you one thing. 10% of what I've been through, there's people that won't even be able to handle 5%, right? So we've all had our journey. We've all here for many, many reasons, clearing and resolving issues and so on. And it's our journey that brings us to who we are. You ever notice that certain people have had a very painful life and they're very successful because they utilize their pain to share with others, to help other people? Because pain will push you forward. When I get triggered with certain things, right? Certain traumatic situations, let's say, what happens to me is it pushes me forward. You cannot stop me back. I go through things. I make it happen. Boom. So we all handle situations differently, because as we get triggered, It does affect your nervous system. You can go into that numbness, you can go into that pain, and so on and so on. And then it's time to pause. What is this showing me? What is this truly teaching me? It's teaching me to push forward, move on. I don't want to stay stuck there. I don't want to be there anymore. As you're healing, you gain your power. Utilize that power to shift forward in quantum leaps. You're going to be really surprised when you do that. So now I'm going to talk about talk to the universe with the cards. Now, whenever somebody books a reading with me, I don't use cards because I'm a clairvoyant. I'll read into your energy, see where you're at, see what's coming up for you, all of these different things. However, because we're right here, of course, I use cards to see what the universe collective has to say for you. So now, before you use your cards, make sure you guys clear it. And one of the decks I'm going to use here, by the way, is the Oracle of Portals. I wanted to use Portal deck because we are in this portal January 1st to the 11th. And this is by Tess Wipers. Now, you will feel more angelic energies around you. I mean, I've had even dreams of a lot of different people coming in them who have passed away. So always grateful, always grateful. You know, but Jeni, how do I make that happen? Talk to them, whoever it is. When you come into my dream, can you show me a message? Right? Alrighty then, January 1st to the 11th. What is the message from the spirit world? Was it feeling that? Message from the spirit world. 1st to the 11th. Can you believe we're in the new year? My goodness. 1st to the 11th. 1st to the 11th. The energy here. Wow. Well, this is very fitting. This is the new world. New world. We're in a new world. We're in a new life. We're in a new year. We're in a new day. 2025, new vibration, new frequency. You know, we are in a new world. I mean, you know, as I've said forever and ever and ever, we've had more changes in our planet than we have had in over 10,000 years. So this is the time where you can create the world that you want within your soul. The kingdom of heaven lies within your soul. That's the kingdom of God. You are connected. We are one with God. God is one with me. So, you know, create that new beginning right now. This is the week, especially with this portal energy. So I'm going to use this Mist of Avalon deck here by Rose and Sarah. One of my favorite movies, The Mist of Avalon. There's the book, The Mist of Avalon, and it's really, really good. I've read it twice. You know, The Mist of Avalon is just, you know, seen that movie, Angelica Houston. Oh my gosh. Oh, how many of you have seen that or read that book, The Mist of Avalon? Oh, it's just how the veil opens up and she sees the clarity. And, oh my gosh, quite extraordinary. I love it. But anyways, the 4th to the 10th, what is the message from the Mist of Avalon? King Arthur, right away. Oh, this is so cool. The Holy Thorn. This is about optimism. This is about courage, perseverance, the sacred. Look at that. Look at the tree. Now, as I've stated, this is a time where you're going to feel ungrounded, as I mentioned on the 4th and the 5th, right? You could feel a little off. So you're going to want to get grounded. And you can, you know, as I always say, go hug a tree. Go hug a tree. The trees have their own heartbeats. When I was painting, you know, every picture that I was painting had trees in it. I mean, I love trees. And you can visualize, you know, going outside or go outside, visualize these roots. See these roots? Visualize the roots of the trees going down hundreds and hundreds of feet and grounding yourself and those roots pulling you down to ground yourself. That is one of, there's many ways to get grounded, but that's another way to get grounded. So I'm not surprised this is coming through here. Like, oh my gosh. Be more optimistic, perseverance, keep going on. It's not about how fast you're making things happen. It's about taking those steps every day to make it happen. We're all going to have those good days. We're all going to have those not so good days, right? You know, who likes those not so good days? I sure as heck don't. So now we're going to talk to the animals. I'm also an animal communicator. I talk to your animals that have passed on and your animals in current. Divine Animals Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. I have different animal decks, but I go by what I'm pulled towards for each different video. So what is the message from the 4th to the 10th from the animal kingdom for you? Not all of you guys are going to resonate with these cards. If you resonate with these cards, let me know. There's a message more so for you, right? Not every single person in the world is going to resonate with a specific card. Of course not. Okay, so no, I'm not feeling that. The 4th to the 11th. All right, I did hear that. I heard that. Did you guys hear that? Oh, 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 oh. The lioness. Oh, that's another story. I used to call myself the international lioness. Yeah, we won't go there. That's the story, but I'm not going to talk about it. So this is kind of very cool. And this is interesting. Lion energy represents what? Courage, strength, perseverance. Utilize this energy this week during this portal. And as you can see, there's an ankh there. I actually have a tattoo. I have 4 tattoos. And here, you see it? There's my ankh on my arm, my ankh tattoo. Oops, can we see it? Hang on here. Here we go. Eternal life and so on. Past life, all of these things, eternal life. I used to date an Egyptian. I used to call him the sexy barbarian. He was like 6'4", built and very yummy. You might be watching this video, I don't know. But if you are, hey, how's it going? Wow. So anyways, now, so utilize this lion energy, utilize this iron energy, bring out that lion within, courage and strength, courage and strength. But Jeni, I don't know what I want to do. So I understand. I get that. Our vision boards, we can't force. It's all about taking steps. It's like, okay, well, are you happy with your job? No. Okay, let's write down change job. But if you want to change job, for instance, write down what kind of money do you want to make? What kind of hours do you want to work? Maybe you want to be self-employed. Maybe you want to start a new business up. Maybe you want to get promoted, right? Are you happy in your relationship? Well, Jeni, I'm not in a relationship. Okay. If you're wanting to be in a relationship, start writing down what qualities you're looking for in your person to be. Be very specific. Like, seriously, you'll be surprised, right? You can start by that. Jeni, I want to move or I want to travel. Write down those places you want to travel to. I want to move. Write down, okay, where do you want to move? Do you want to stay in the same city that you're living in or town? Do you want to move to a different state or province or out of the country? Like, be very specific. So we're going to talk to the mermaids today and the dolphins as well. I keep on hearing a lot of dolphin energy. So that's why I was pulled towards this as well. Magical Mermaids and Dolphin by Doreen Virtue. I used to be a dolphin and once upon a time ago, a lifetime. Now I always remember, I'm just going to share something with you. I used to have a television show, actually, at Shaw TV Television Studios. And I went there, and whenever we were filming the pilot for the show, right, the director, Brian, I mean, he didn't know me, I didn't know him, it was the first time. And I don't know how this got brought up, but either I said dolphin or he said dolphin, and then I started to go, or I started to make sounds of a dolphin, like, I can't even do that now. I don't want to do that now because my neighbors might hear me. But I started making sounds of a dolphin, and I was going like that for a dolphin, and he's just like looking at me. He's like, you know what? I don't know if this is gonna work. However, we turned out really good friends, and he's amazing. So Brian, hey, if you're watching this, I still talk with my crew every now and then from Shaw TV, and I miss them, right? The crew filming every week and being a part of their life. It was my Shaw TV family. It was there. But anyways, I'm not going to ramble on. I'm not. So let's talk to the dolphins and the mermaids and whatever messages are going to come out. So January 4th to the 10th, what are the messages? Oh, perfect card actually for this week. Divine magic, the 1st to the 11th. Extra magical energy surrounds your situation right now. Expect miracles. This portal, the 1st to the 11th, expect miracles, expect the unexpected, higher vibrations, good luck. You're making deeper soul connections with other people, new beginnings, huge transformations. Like anything can happen from the 1st to the 11th of January. Really utilize this energy. As I'm saying, oh, Jeni, I'd like to travel the world, but I don't know how I'm going to get the money. Don't worry about how you're going to get the money and when and how everything. Just write it down. Write down what places you want to travel to. That's an example, and so on. So let's utilize this energy, you guys. Like this is a huge week. Every day can be a huge day. That's why I work with the energies every single day. Okay, so this is not a good day to do this. I'm going to reschedule that, or I'm going to do that on that day. However, today is the day to make this happen. Spirit, give me the strength and the courage, to make this happen, and so on. That's why I do these videos specifically. So now make sure you subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram, Jeni Ji Cousins, for goodness sakes. Like my videos. Let me know what's going on with you guys. I'm just saying. So anyways, you guys, happy, happy, happy New Year. Let's just chop it up a few blocks, shall we? And let's make it a good one.